Welcome to the yoga portal. Today I'm here with Louie, who's going to be sitting in the background as we flow. And today we're just going to do a very gentle, deep stretch class. So go ahead and get into something comfy and hop on your mat. And we're going to begin just in a seated position. So if you want to be in an easy seat like this, you can find your way here. If you want to be up on your knees, you can also be there. We're just going to start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose. Grounding down through the tailbone, maybe roll the shoulders back and sit up nice and tall. Allowing your shoulders to relax, your jaw, your wrists. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. Seeing if you can make each breath just slightly longer than the previous one. Make the inhale a little deeper and the exhale a little bit longer. Coming into this space wherever you've chosen to practice today. Noticing any sounds, any sensations, closing your eyes if that feels good. Being present right here in this moment. Appreciating it for what it is, knowing that there will never be another moment just like it. But for now, you're here. Let's do 3 more deep breaths together. After your last exhale, you can open your eyes if you want or keep them closed. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let's fall to the right. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the left, moving with fluidity. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the right. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, fall to the left. And inhale back to center, interlacing the fingers. Take a big stretch up. And exhale to fold forward. Maybe your fold is up here. Maybe you walk the hands out. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Maybe you're somewhere in between. Wherever you are, accept that that's where you are. That's where you are. And know that flexibility comes through patience and time. And one day, your body will be able to move deeper, but it'll only get there by holding the poses. So that's what we're going to do today. Surrender to the poses, surrender to the sensations. Finding ease through the stretch. Breathing through the pain. Hopefully it's not too painful. But a deep stretch is definitely going to invoke some sensation, maybe even some feelings, especially as we open the hips. We tend to store a lot of feelings and trauma there. It's kind of like our dumping ground for everything we don't want to deal with. But it never truly goes away. It just lives in the body. So we gotta let it out and release it with patience and awareness and breath. So I invite you to sink a little bit deeper in this stretch with each exhale, even if that's just a millimeter. Let your body relax here, even with everything that's going on, with everything that you're feeling. Find that peaceful surrender. And when you're ready, walk your hands over to the right side. Maybe if you're more flexible, you let your knee and your forehead meet. Continuing to breathe. And let's walk over to the left side, keeping that tailbone down, noticing if this side is more or less flexible than the other, without judgment. Now walking the hands back to center and slowly into the body as we come back into a seat. Now we're going to bring this right knee kind of underneath us. And maybe you stay here and let the left knee drop down as you open that hip flexor. Maybe you bring that foot up onto the knee and let it fall. Or maybe if you want a deeper hip stretch, you cross it over, making sure that you keep your sits bones down on the mat so you're not lifting up too much. I like to grab my feet here. Maybe give yourself a little foot massage, some nice grounding. And I just breathe through the sensations. You can also bring this leg up here, putting your foot on the mat. Finding whatever variation feels good to you. It's going to look different for every body. But it's important still for every body to stretch. I find it hard to sit still when I'm stretching, especially in a deep hip opener like this. So if you're able to sit still, I encourage that. But I've got to move a little. And it helps me connect to my body more, because as I shift side to side, I notice different pressure points. And I can surrender to them. So if you want to try it out, go ahead. There's no right or wrong way to stretch. That's not true, actually. Taking deep breaths. Maybe sigh out through the mouth, your exhales. Signaling to your nervous system that you can calm down, sigh it out. Even amidst the chaos of the body being in shapes it's not normally in, you can find that inner stillness and that peace. no matter what you're experiencing. And slowly uncross that leg. And we'll come back into a seat and bring the right foot up. And maybe you cross it over and your knees up here if your hips are tighter. Maybe that foot comes down to the mat. Maybe you stack knees and notice how this side feels. This side's definitely my tight side. And now we'll slowly uncross that foot. And now let's come up into tabletop position. Keeping the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Taking a few cat-cows here to warm up the spine and the back and the shoulder sockets. Pressing into the palms and the middle fingers. Maybe make some barrel rolls with your torso. Whatever helps you feel fluid in your body today. And switch directions. Now tucking the toes under, let's lift the knees and the hips and find our first down dog of the practice. Pedaling out the feet here, stretching out those hamstrings and calves. Really pressing back into the hips. I'm using my friend's mat, so the grip isn't great, but I'm doing my best. And when you're ready, take an inhale and gaze up at those fingers. And slowly walk your feet up to meet them. Putting a big bend in the knees, grabbing hold of the elbows. Let's find a nice heavy ragdoll. Swaying the body side to side. Allowing gravity to do the work as it pulls your upper body down to the earth. I like to alternate bending and straightening my knees. And you can take big movements or little ones. Finding your intuition, finding what feels good. Maybe it's a mix of both, or maybe you're in stillness right now. And that's perfectly fine. But you know me, I like to move. And now we'll plant the palms down, feet step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift the right leg. And bend the knee, making circles with the hips. And lower that leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, find those circles. This is kind of an awkward movement for me, but I'm learning to be okay with feeling awkward, both in social settings and in my body. And lower that leg. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, let's bring the shin down onto the mat between the hands. And press up through the chest and the back. And now slowly fold over that knee, coming into pigeon pose. Another really deep hip opener. Deep breaths. You can stay here in pigeon if this is feeling good for you, or if you want a deeper stretch, because we're going deep today, you can extend into the splits. Gotta move the crystal grid. I used to be a dancer. I used to have my splits. Then life got the better of me. And I've since lost them, but I'm on a mission to get them back. And I'm pretty close. Finding those deep breaths here amidst everything else going on. Finding that surrender and that peace. And slowly drop your hips back to the mat. Bring that right foot back, and let's push back into that three-legged dog. Extending the leg up, and slowly lower it down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring that shin between the hands. Gaze up, slight back bend. And now we fold. Staying in pigeon or coming up, finding your way into the splits, if that's feeling like a yes for you. Not my best side, but that's okay. I accept where I'm at with my flexibility and my body because there's no use in denying reality. That's where all suffering and disconnection and resentment comes from. When we accept what is, we make friends with the universe, and then one day you'll find that what is exactly what you want. And the universe really is on your side. And it starts with the little things, like accepting that my splits are not flat and they used to be. Accepting that it feels really painful. I'm just here with it all. After about a minute in the splits, I always notice that I can go a little bit deeper. And stretching is all about telling your muscles that it's okay to relax because they're so used to being a certain way. And when we push them past their limits, they need a little bit of time to adjust to the position you're offering. So just be patient with yourself and your body and your muscles and your bone structure. It will all come in time through practice. And let's slowly come down awkwardly out of the splits or out of pigeon. And let's find that three-legged dog again. Extend the left leg up. And slowly bring it down. Let's pedal it out. And when you're ready, drop down to your knees. Bring big toes to touch and find your way into a nice child's pose. Arms extended out. Feeling the forehead rest on the mat beneath you. Maybe roll side to side. Feeling that connection, that groundedness. Relaxing the shoulders and the wrists and the hips. Surrendering into this pose, into this place of rest. Slowly lifting up. And let's make our way up onto the knees. And begin to do some seated cat-cows here. We're about to move into camel pose, which is a really big back bend. So we want the spine to be nice and warm and loose. And when you're ready, go ahead and come up onto your knees. And I'm gonna face this way so that I can show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna tuck the toes under and just begin by placing the hands kind of in like your back pocket, maybe a little bit further or higher up onto your low back. And if you want, you can stay here and just take a nice back bend as you open through the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. This is a great place to stay. If you want, you can reach back for your heels, making sure you sweep the arms back and then find it so your shoulders aren't turned in, but they're a little bit open. And also, I will warn you, don't go side to side to find your camel. We want the spine to stay healthy. So we'll reach back, find those heels, and begin to open through the chest. Pushing the hips forward. It's hard to talk like this. And slowly lift. Coming back into child's pose, this time keeping the knees together as you let the forehead come down and rest. Deep breaths, friends. Coming up from that child's pose, let's make our way down onto the back. Extend those legs out. Give your legs a little shake. And let's hug our knees into our chest. And roll side to side, massaging that low spine on the floor. Now we'll straighten out the left leg down to the mat and begin to lift the right leg up. And maybe your flexibility is right here. Maybe it's down here. Maybe your knee can come all the way down to your nose. Wherever you're at, perfectly fine. Grabbing hold of the back of your thigh, back of your knee, your calves, your ankle. Maybe roll that ankle out a bit as you draw the knee down towards your body. Breathing deep here, being present with all that is. And hug that knee back into your chest. Roll it over to the right side and back. And now we'll slowly straighten it down. Hugging in the left knee now. We'll straighten it up, finding that hand placement, drawing the knee down, breathing deep. Rolling out the ankle if that feels good. Pointing and flexing. And release that leg. Hug it back into your chest and begin to roll it side and front. One last release in the hip joint. Now placing the soles of both feet on the mat. Inhale as you press the soles down and let the pelvis rise. pressing down through the arms and the palms. Imagine squeezing an apple between your thighs or your knees, engaging those muscles. And you can move through flowing bridge if that feels good to you. Or if you came for a deep stretch, you can shift up into wheel pose, bringing your hands by your ears. Don't want to press into my hair. Rooting down through the soles of the feet as you lift up. Noticing how your body feels in this shape. Taking deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. And now placing your hands underneath your tailbone, let's straighten the legs up into waterfall. Allowing circulation to happen. Allowing the feet to get some relief from being stood on all day. Settling down onto the mat. And when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet back to the earth. Extend them out and find your shavasana, your final resting pose. Allowing your hands to fall naturally, or place one on your belly and one on your heart. Let your breathing return to that natural rhythm as you notice how your body feels. Maybe you're feeling looser, more fluid. Maybe your muscles are wanting to tighten back up after that deep stretch. And if you're feeling sore tomorrow, that's perfectly normal and okay, because the muscles have to adjust to these new deep positions we put them in. If you want more flexibility, return to this deep stretch at any time, because all it takes is time and consistency. But for now, be proud of yourself for where your body was at today, knowing that it could look very different tomorrow and in a few weeks and in a year if you stay consistent. Just take a moment of gratitude for what is right now. Staying in this shavasana for as long as you need. And I will leave you here. Namaste, my friend.